Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles and today's video is a vlog video. So today we are headed to Bath & Body Works. We want to stop at the pet store. We're going to go see Grandma. I have to publish a video. And I need to also go to the grocery store, but not for groceries. I just need to get like some trash bags and what else? I think just trash bags and some milk. So that's what we're on our way to do now. This is my youngest son and my baby girl. We are just out. So I wanted to pick up the camera and vlog today for you all. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed if you're not already. And let's continue on with the vlog. So I wanted to talk about this really quickly. So I was talking to someone that I've known for a really long time, and they were talking, they have a business, and they were talking about how they recently posted a question in like one of these groups on Facebook pertaining to the business, and the group is in this industry that their business is in. And they got a lot of horrible feedback. People were saying like, this is the stupidest question I've ever heard. Can you believe that this person asked this question, and so on and so forth. And they contacted me and they were like, you know, when you used to get a lot of comments and some of the comments weren't nice and I would tell you just to ignore them and go on with your day, I can honestly say that it's hard to do that. They were explaining how they were sitting back thinking of comebacks, and you know, they kind of took it a little personal. And I was like, yeah, you know, it definitely takes a lot of restraint. Even to this day, you know, it takes some restraint to not reply back when people say things that are just ignorant, and when people say things that are intelligent too, they're just really rude. So I could definitely understand where they were coming from, and I wanted to just take this opportunity to say it doesn't take much. I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't take much to be nice, because sometimes it definitely takes a lot more energy and thought and restraint to be kind than it does to just say what's on the top of your mind. But just remember, even on social media, people are people. People have feelings. People have other things that they're dealing with in life. And I know people a lot of times justify what they do by saying, hey, you shouldn't put yourself out there. You asked the question, or you recorded the video, or you did this. But just to let you all know, from someone that has been doing social media for a minute, and I don't get a lot of views. So I can only imagine the people that get tons of views and tons of interaction with their profiles, what they go through. But even me, like I said, I've experienced some comments that aren't really the nicest, and I'm at the point now where I just either delete, or you know, I intend to delete but I forget about doing it and they just stay there and I kind of just let them pass by. But I got a comment that wasn't so nice a few months ago, and I was thinking about doing a video on that kind of topic of people just being rude, and I was like, no, I'm not even gonna do that. But I wanted to take the opportunity now just to reiterate that, you know, people are people, and it takes a lot of courage to get on social media, to be vulnerable. It takes a lot of courage even to post your business. It takes a lot of courage to ask questions. It takes a lot of courage to even, you know, start a business. You can think about it all day long, but to start it, to promote it, you know, a lot of that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. And so, you know, when you talk to people, just keep in mind that they're people, even though you can't see them, and even though it's like behind a computer screen or maybe behind your phone, they're not robots. And then, like I said before, people are going through other things too in their life, and you don't know, you know, I just would hate to be the person that contributed to someone feeling bad about themselves or their business. So just wanted to point that out there. But yes, I'm also going to be touching on in this video why I stopped including Tyra in so many. I mean, I'm still going to include my kids in my videos when I want to, but I initially had the plan for her to do different like brand deals, and for her to have her own Instagram, which she does have Instagram, but I put it on private, and I'm going to be explaining why I did that a little bit later in this video. So make sure that you stay tuned for the entire video, and I'll pick the vlog back up in just We're visiting grandma, and we're gonna stay here for a little bit, and then I don't know if we're gonna make it to the pet store or not. It is super hot. It's about to be like 90 degrees if it's not already. So it is super hot. I'm tired. I feel drained, even though we didn't go that many places. Tyra's getting restless. So not sure. I know we need to go to the grocery store after this. So after that, I will pick the vlog back up in just a little bit. Tyra. Stay tuned too, because I wanted to talk to you all about the baby influencer thing that I hinted on in the beginning of the vlog. So I'll be back with you all in just a minute. Tyra, I need both my hands, so I'll hear that. Good morning, everyone. So today is the next day. Hi, may I have a small coffee?
Coffee?
Yes, please. We'll back up in just a little bit. All right, so right now I'm working on my newsletter. Now, if you watched my last vlog, then you saw that I created a design for my back to school sale on Canva. And I just didn't really like it. Like, it didn't sit well with me. So I decided to go back and redo it. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm on Canva and I'm just kind of playing around with some other designs. I am not the best on Canva. I'll be the first to admit, but you don't have to be. Just letting you know that you don't have to be in order to still make an efficient design for your newsletters or for your promotions, any campaigns you're doing or engagements. Like, you don't have to be an expert to make a flyer. The key point that I look for is I just make sure that it feels right to me. Like, I want to make sure that it looks good and that I have a good feeling about it. If I don't, then I go back and I try to fix it and make sure that I feel good about it before I send it out via my newsletter. Your newsletter doesn't have to be super jam-packed with a lot of content either. Actually using Cigano, it will tell you when your newsletter is getting a little bit too lengthy, and also when you have a higher chance of receiving like higher unsubscribe rates based on how your email newsletter is formatted. So I still do use Cigano. I know it's not as popular as it was before, but I'm still using it. I still find great value in it. And yeah, one of the reasons that I enjoy it is because it does kind of guide you as far as how long the newsletter should be. And, you know, it has the automatic resend feature. It's just a couple different things that I enjoy with Cigano. And then it's really easy also to kind of just punch in the products that you want to include in the newsletter and some wording and things like that. So right now I'm playing around with the different fonts and the different sizes. I'm on my cell phone because I'm sitting in the car. I got done with my appointment, like I mentioned earlier, the appointment with one of my clients. So now I'm sitting in the car before I head off to the post office. And then once I leave the post office, I have to do, what else I need to do? Oh, I need to do some editing. So I'm probably going to do some editing in the post office parking lot. And then I'm going to go home for a little bit. I don't think I'm really going to be able to edit once I get home, just because I think my hands are going to be tied up and full. So I'm going to take advantage of that time in the parking lot at the post office, like I mentioned. And then later on, my oldest son and I are going to his high school registration, which is super exciting. It seems like literally just yesterday I had him, and I cannot believe that he's going into the 9th grade. I am a little emotional. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm happy, but I'm not, because it seems like time just flew past, and I really wish we could go back like 5-10 years, just so I can live, you know, in the house longer with him, because I know eventually he's going to go to college and, you know, he's going to start his own life. And as happy as I am, I'm not going to lie, again, I am very emotional about it. So I am going to be praying for the strength to continue on and not feel sad, because I do feel sad a little bit. But anyways, I'll talk about that in another portion of the vlog or in another video. But this is what I came up with. I like this design better than the other design that I came up with. I don't know, it just kind of pops out to me a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Shopify store and go into Cigano, and I'm going to upload this picture to Cigano. That way I can go ahead and create my email mailing, a new email mail list with that picture. Now, I did not have to create a whole new newsletter template. I just decided to do so for the sake of the video. So in a minute, the system is going to tell me that I already have a newsletter that says the exact same thing, and that's the newsletter that I was working on in the last vlog. But I decided to just redo the design and go ahead and recreate the entire newsletter, like I said, for the sake of the video. So if you have not used Juggle, it's very easy to use. This is not sponsored. This is really a service that I use very frequently. You go into Juggle, you add the app, you go into it, and you can choose like what products you want in your newsletter. Everything is really laid out. It's very simple to use. You can do it right from your phone like I'm doing now. I'm going to choose some bundle deals. I'm also going to put on put the closures in this email mailing list, as well as some samples. And you can choose whatever products you want to have added. But like I mentioned, if you add too many, or if you have too much content, even too much wording, then Juggle will let you know that it seems a little lengthy. Now, they don't control what you put out, so you can still ignore those messages and put out what you want to put out. But in my experience, they have been a really good guide with helping me grow my email subscriber list. When I first started email newsletters, I had no idea that my subscriber list would even grow to this height. I thought that getting maybe 100 people would be my goal, and that's probably what I would have. I never imagined having as many as I have right now. So if you're interested in learning how to gain email subscribers, because we do a lot of talking about how to market to your email subscribers, but before you market to them, you have to have people interested enough to go ahead and subscribe to your email mailing list. And some people have struggles with that, even if they have a pop-up on their website. So if you do want more insight on that, leave a comment down below. Whatever insight you're looking for your business, whatever tips, let me know. That way I can create more content answering the questions that you all have, and also helping as best as I can. So right now I'm just adding some context to the email, just putting down enjoy our back to school sale, and there is no discount that's needed. You can go into your Shopify store, and there's different options for discounts. So you can choose like a percentage off. You can choose a dollar amount off. They have a buy one get one option, and then you also can choose to have the a certain amount or percentage automatically deducted with no discount code. So it's kind of just up to you. This is the design that I created on Canva in the last vlog. It's not horrible. It's just not it's just not really what I wanted. So I may use it again in the future. I just didn't want to use it right now. So right now I am uploading the image that you just saw me create on Canva to Juggle. And that way I'm going to be able to complete the email mailing list. I'm going to send myself a test email, which is really important to do, just so that you see how the email arrives in an inbox. Even if you can preview your newsletter before you send it out, I still would recommend sending yourself a test email if you have that feature. That way, again, like I said, you can see what it looks like when it arrives in an inbox. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. My internet, for some reason, is taking a minute. So I'm not really going to keep you all too long, but after this uploads, and I'm just going to complete the newsletter like I mentioned, and then move on to my next task. So I'll be at the post office. After that, I'm going home, and then the rest of the day I'm really not going to do too much working, because I'm going to my son's high school registration, like I said. And then when I get back home, the only thing that I need to do is like edit this video and make sure I publish it. I'm trying to publish this video before the end of the day. I just don't know what other clips I'm going to include, so I have to figure that out, but I'll be back with you all in just a little bit. All right, everyone. So I am stopping at home just for a little bit. It's super hot outside. Whew, super hot, but the day's not nearly even close to being over for me, so I'm going to get back out in just a little bit. But I want to talk to you all about why I decided to not push the baby influencer what I want to say, I don't want to say job, but like the baby influencer, why I didn't decide to continue to build up her Instagram page, pretty much. So let me start from the beginning. When I first got on YouTube, I couldn't wait to start getting different sponsor offers. And when I started getting sponsor offers, I really enjoyed them, because number one, it was another way for me to make money on YouTube. Number two was another way for me to bring attention to other businesses. I'm all about entrepreneurship and empowering people through entrepreneurship. So I like that. And then I also liked getting free products. Liked it so much that I even made a video, which I can try to find and link it down below if you want to see that, on how I was able to get brand deals, because that was something that a lot of people struggle with. People will reach out to me and ask me like, hey, I have as many subscribers as you, and I'm not getting any brand deals. Like, I'm not getting any sponsored offers. How are you doing that? And then people would reach out and they would get offers, but their offers would be not wanting to pay them. Like, they would be along the lines of, I'll send you this product in exchange for your review, but they wouldn't send the product and then offer a payment as well. And so I would talk to different people on how I negotiated different deals to make sure that not only did I get the product, but in most circumstances, I also get the payment as well. So I think it's a great idea. So when I was pregnant, I got offered to do some videos in the baby alley lane. And one company in particular, I can remember them vividly. They sent me out some onesies. I really enjoyed the onesies. Tyra wore the onesies. And I was thinking like, okay, I can start really building Tyra's following and pretty much have her own brand deals and her own sponsor offers and put that money in her account. And then also be building up her social media presence so that when she gets older, she can just take over those pages. And then I started thinking like, okay, this could really be beneficial. And I really didn't think about how I would feel as a mother putting my child on social media. Now, I have put my children in my YouTube videos. If you've been following me for some time, you probably have seen all of my children. I'm not gonna, like blur their face out or anything like that, but I have never really felt too comfortable with sharing my kids on social media. Tyra is the first time, like this is the first experience with Tyra that I've had where I have shared as much as I have on social media. Like, I've never shared my pregnancy journey. I've never shared or vlogged any appointments. I've never shared or vlogged, my birth. Sorry, something's in my eye. So I never blogged or vlogged or shared my birthing stories. I've never posted newborn pictures, none of that. And I didn't really see anything wrong with it on the Facebook side. However, with Instagram, I started feeling different. Like, I'm someone that really is in tune. Like, I'm in tune with my feelings. So if something doesn't feel right, I don't want to do it. But I don't even have to know the why behind why I feel apprehensive. I just started feeling like, okay, I really don't feel good with this. So I would post her pictures, and initially her page was public. And she started getting followers, which I was appreciative of. And then she started getting different comments and different likes under her pictures. And some of the comments were from people that a lot of the people that were following were people I didn't know, which, it makes sense because I put it as a public profile and I asked people to follow her page. But it just started feeling very strange, some of the comments that I would get. And I just started feeling like I didn't want to put her out there, even if it meant that she wasn't going to be an influencer or have any brand deals or sponsor offers. I was okay with that because I'm like, well, she may not even want to do that when she gets older. And she may not even want me sharing all this information. You know what I mean? Like, I was just sharing a lot of different pictures, and I still have the pictures on Instagram. I just put them as private. And I was talking to one of my friends about how I was feeling, and she was like, no, that's completely understandable. I can see why people feel that way. You're not the first person that talked to me about wanting to put their kids, on social media and then deciding not to. So what I decided to do is I'm still going to have my kids on YouTube because it's really hard for me to be on YouTube without them being included because I'm around my kids all day, every day, especially Tyra because she doesn't go to school. She doesn't go to daycare. So if I'm vlogging, you're pretty much going to see Tyra in my hands. You're going to hear her in the background, or she's going to be somewhere very close by. So it's not really feasible. I don't think it's very realistic at this point for me to not have Tyra in my vlogs. But I don't feel comfortable having a dedicated Instagram page for her just because I don't like the concept of me not knowing who's looking at her pictures and making those comments, if that makes sense. It may not, I'm trying to explain it the best I can, but that's, long story short, I just did not have a good feeling about having her having her own Instagram being public. I didn't have a good feeling. Can my feelings change? Can I have a different outlook? Possibly in the future, maybe when she gets a little bit older. I just didn't like it. I just got a feeling that was like, not right now. So I followed that. So that's why her page is private. If you've gone to her page, or maybe you watched an older video where I say go to her page on Instagram, it's private now. Not saying you can't follow, but I'm going to be able to see who's following, who's looking, who's liking, and things like that. It just gives me a little bit more security in that aspect. So there's that. Sorry, why are you looking like that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me see. All right, and then. All right, hi everyone. So I just left my son's orientation. It was really like registration and like getting his bus route, which my kids really haven't rode the bus that much. Normally I take him to school and pick him up, but because he is going into high school, I wanted to give him the option as to if he wanted to ride the bus or have me take him to school. What else? He got his ID picture, he got his classes, his locker information. It was super exciting, a great experience. He's excited, I'm excited. I actually locked his hair a few weeks ago. He wanted locks, and he wanted locks that were a little bit bigger than his brothers. If you've seen my middle son on this channel, then you know who I'm referring to. He's had the locks. He actually just had his locks started around the time that I closed my salon, and there's a video on this channel where I was moving out of the salon and he was helping but yeah, the kids were there, and he's had them now for about, what I would say, maybe 4 or 5 years, and they've matured, of course, and they're probably like right here to him. So my oldest son wanted his hair locked. He wanted them a little bit different, like he wanted them a little bit bigger than his brothers, but not too big. And I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, what size do you want them exactly? What's too big, what's not? I'll include a clip here of me locking. So yeah, I was doing that. I actually went back today and I made some of the parts in the back smaller, just because I wanted, like, for me, the most, I guess the most complicated part of locking for me is figuring out how you want to part the locks, figuring out how big you want to make the locks, because you have to kind of like vision what the end goal, like what the end look is going to look like. Like even when I did my hair, I'm trying to picture not just what it looks like now, but like how it will look once it eventually matures. Because, you know, when your hair matures, it expands and they get bigger, like your locks get bigger. Even now, I'm going to show you like a good example. So you can see kind of like how these locks, these two right here, they're not locked. None of them are fully locked, but you can see the difference in like these ones versus these two ones. So these ones are in a different stage than these ones are, if that makes sense. Like they're you know, these ones are still forming to be like these ones. So and then these ones are still going to continue to lock, and they're going to get bigger, and they're going to get have more weight to them. They're going to just ultimately mature. And so when I was doing these locks, I wanted to kind of vision how they would look as far as how I was parting them, not just for now, like I mentioned, but like how they will look when they fully mature. And then the same with my son. Now the difference is my sons have different hair textures. So my oldest son, his hair is it's more fine than his brothers. So me making his locks larger, a little bit larger, worked well, because his hair is gonna lock faster with bigger locks. So I'm not an expert with locks or anything like that. I've just done my son's locks for the last 5 years. And then I do my hair, and I just did my oldest son's hair too. My youngest son doesn't want locks, and that's fine. And I'm not going to lock Tyra's hair because she's just a baby. So, I'll let her make her decision. I haven't even pierced her ears because I really want her to decide too if she wants holes in her ears. And then another part of that is I don't want her to have to go through any unnecessary pain for beauty, just to be honest. Like, I don't have anything against babies getting earrings or ear piercings. And I always thought I always would say, because I've been a boy mom for so long. I've been a boy mom for almost 15 years. So I always thought to myself, if I have a daughter, she's going to get her ears pierced. And I'm not saying that Tyra won't get her ears pierced, but the reason that I have not gotten her ears pierced yet is because, like I said, I want her to be able to choose if she wants holes or not. And then I also don't want to put her through unnecessary pain. Like, the only pain she goes through really is if she goes to the doctor to get her shots, or if she hurts herself playing. Like, just a minute ago, she was eating a cracker and she bit herself a little bit, and there was no mark on her or anything, but she cried. So I don't know. I just don't want my baby in pain. But anyways, enough rambling. Let me tell you all what else. Just like a recap. So yesterday I ended up going to Bath and Body Works, as you all saw in the vlog. I just got some shower gel. And after that, we decided not to go to the pet store because it was super hot. We went to see my grandmother for a little bit. And then after that, I went to the grocery store, went over to my mom's, and I went home. And then today, I ran through what I did today. Right now, I'm outside of my mom's house, and we're just chilling out for a little bit. I'm about to pick up something for dinner because I don't want to cook. More than likely, I'll probably just grab a pizza or two and call it a night. I still need to edit this video. I need to schedule the newsletter that I've been working on for a few days now to go out. I think I'm going to have it go out tomorrow or maybe on Friday. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to think about it on the way home. I'm also going to plan some content because I did not get an opportunity to record a podcast for the Brittany Bundles podcast. I didn't record one for the entrepreneurial side, and I didn't record one for the credit repair side either. So what I did is I shared a previous episode on my YouTube channel, and you can always go back on my Instagram and on my podcast app and listen to prior or previously recorded episodes. Be sure to take advantage of some of those. The people that I had on were really good. They did a great job explaining their business, their journey, their products, their services. Just take a listen and support. And I think a lot of you will find the interviews very entertaining as well. So go to the Brittany Bundles podcast playlist right here on YouTube in your spare time and just tune in. Go to the ones. I just published one that was previously recorded, and that should be the video right before this one. So check it out, tune in, let me know what you think. And if you want to be a guest on the podcast, reach out to me and let's talk about it. I'll send you over all of the details and information. But I'm about to wrap up this video. If you have any video suggestions or any requests, feel free to leave them down below. I do want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.